Hello folks, how are you all on this beautiful Monday evening, near 6 o'clock in the evening, just finished work. Yeah, just a video on the AJ fight again, because I've been going onto YouTube and watching a lot of comments and listening to a lot of people and a lot of conspiracies and stuff, conspiracy theories they're talking about the fight. And one conspiracy was, or is, that in the second round, the fella came out and done fuck all, don't know what he's, whatever his name is, but his opponent came out, done fuck all in the second round. And people were saying maybe someone had a word in the ear of his corner saying, listen, you cannot win this fight, because if you win this fight, Fury AJ fight won't happen. And there's so much money involved in the Fury AJ fight. It's believable. In the Fury AJ fight, there's hundreds of millions on the table here for this, for both of them, but for the promoters, for people that are working behind the scenes, on the scenes, behind the scenes. There's so much money to be made on the Fury AJ fight. This conspiracy, for me, it could be true. Now, I'm not saying it's true. At the same time, people are saying no. The fella that was fighting, he was a nobody, and he hadn't got the experience. He didn't understand that he didn't, he in the second round, that he tried, for whatever reason, he held back. Listen, for me, I'm not a boxer, but as a boxer, in the mind of a boxer, I'm sure when you see a weakness in your opponent, it's like in football or any sport. You see a weakness, you attack that weakness. Yeah, in any sport. So why didn't the fella come out in the second round, knowing what he did to AJ in the first round? He destroyed him. We were all thinking the second round he's going to just roll over him, but he held back for some reason. But being a boxer, he's seen his weakness. After coming out in the first round and knocking him down twice, why didn't he come back out and do the same? Go to business again, do the same thing he did in the first round. Why didn't he do that? And not only, but this fella, 20 fights, 20 wins, 20 knockouts, and most of them knockouts were in the second round. So why didn't he stick to the game plan, stick to do what he always did, second round, and run out there and try and roll over AJ? Because he did it in the first round, and the two knockdowns were they were taps, if you like. Why? What happened there? In my opinion, why AJ fell so quick, was knocked down so quick, it's because his brain. It's just my opinion. Because his brain told him to fall. Because in his last couple of fights, that's all that's been happening to him. He's been knocked down, other than the Jake Paul fight. Yeah. So the minute AJ gets hit, it was like this little tap or whatever, he automatically falls, because his brain thinks that's what he should do, because he's so used to doing that. If he could have shook them slaps, he could have shook them off when he was in his heyday, when he was younger. That was like a fly hitting him. He wouldn't have, that wouldn't have budged him. But now, when he just gets flicked on the chin or on the top of the head or whatever, his legs go straight away. It's like his brain tells him, you have to fall now. But it's not. He's not hurt, and he looks as if he's hurt when he gets up and stuff. This is my opinion, yeah, because I seen the two knockdowns that he got in the first round. There was nothing to them punches. Nothing to them punches. In my opinion, I'm not a boxer. I'm not a professional. I'm just saying what I think and what I seen. Did someone come to their corner, and say, listen, you get an extra 100 grand or an extra million. Make sure AJ wins. Don't go on AJ. Hold back. Because, like I said, if the fella had to come out and done what he done in the first round, he would have knocked AJ out. He would have knocked him out. Everyone was expecting that. We were all waiting for it. Not before the fight, but after seeing what he did in the first round, what happened in the first round, we were all expecting that. And he wasn't throwing punches, he just stepped back. He walked into the corner and AJ came at him. I don't know. You tell me. But money talks. And if AJ had been knocked out in the second round and the fight was over, or the first round, Fury AJ would not happen. That fight wouldn't have happened. It was over. Hundreds of millions lost. So I can understand if someone whispered in somebody's ear, make sure this doesn't happen. I'm just saying. Now, question. Ask me this question. Gary, do I want to see AJ Fury fight? If it's on, I'll watch it, yeah? But do I want to see it? No. Why? My reason I don't want to see this fight is because for the last 10 years, they've been trying to have this fight. And for all the AJ supporters and all the Fury supporters for the last 10 years, you know, Fury's the best, AJ's the best, Fury's the best, AJ's the best. And it just gets people thinking all the time. We don't know who's the best because they haven't fought, you know. So if they were to fight now, and they're not in their prime, they're way past their prime, they're at the end of their career, I don't think it'd be fair for one of them to lose. And one of them will lose. One will win, one will lose. And it won't be fair, you know, at this stage in their career, for one of them to turn out to be a loser. I told you so, AJ's the best. I told you so, Fury's the best. They should have fought in their prime, in their heyday. And it would have been a great fight. And then we could have said, okay, that's the best English boxer coming out of England. But for them to do that now, and one of them to lose, it wouldn't be fair. For me, it wouldn't be fair. I'd rather they didn't fight, and we'd all have that question on our mind: who was the best? Who would have been the best? So in our minds, half the people, they know their fella's the best, and the other half think their fella's the best. And we should leave it at that. You know, both of them are the best. If you have to fight now, at the end of their career, because their legs, they're shot to shit. You know, they're at the end of their career, they won't win another belt. So I don't think you should fight. And just let that be in people's mind, who would have been the best. And just have that. You know, it's nicer, it's a nicer way, I think, to where if you fight and one of them is going to lose and they're not in their prime and stuff, it's just not fair for one of them to be, you're not the best in England, you weren't the best, he's the best. I don't think it's right, my opinion. But if they fight, and maybe they will, maybe they won't, but if they do fight, I'll watch it. But I don't think they should. I think they should just leave that thing, that thought in our head, that notion, maybe it was our guy that was the best, and, you know, suspense of it and stuff like that, and we never seen the fight. That's what I want. That's what I'd rather see. But if they fight, well, I'll watch it, you know. It'll be a slug out, I'm sure. Millions will watch it, but I don't think they should. So there you go. That's my little video for today. Conspiracy over the AJ fight. It was a conspiracy, or that's just the way it went. You know, the fella that was fighting just, you know, hadn't got the experience, that he didn't come back at him in the second round, to where any other boxer would have came back at him in the second round just to try and do the same again and knock him out. Or did someone whisper in his ear? I don't know. But I know money's involved in boxing, and there's a lot of sly things happening in boxing, you know. There's a lot of snakes there. So who knows, but that's just the way it is. It is what it is, people. Gary Slice of Life. Press them buttons. Love yous all. Keep up the good fight. Take care. And you know, Bordeaux is still burning. It was raining. It rained a lot last night, and there wasn't much wind, so it's calming down a bit, but it's still burning. So prayers for Bordeaux. And take care. Press that buttons. Put a comment in for me. Let me know what you think. Okay. Take care. Gary Slice of Life. Love yous all.